Hey, this is Gene over at Artistic Reefs. Today we're going to do a 10-month review on my JBJ Nano Reef Aquarium. First off, guys, I'd like to go around the tank and just show you guys what I have inside here. We'll start off on the left-hand side here with my green polyp toll stools. I have two of them, and they've been with me for the longest. So in week 3 of setting up this aquarium, that's when I purchased these. So they've been through a lot, and as you can see, they are just loving life right now. Then right above that is my hammer that has 3 heads on it. Originally had 2, and it's broken off recently into a 3rd one. Then in the center is my torches. The one on the top has 4 heads on it, and the one on the bottom has 2 heads on it, but it has not been doing too well for the last 2 days, and I'm not sure why. And then on the right hand side here is my zoa garden. As you can see, the zoas are doing fairly well. And I have more zoas on the back side here, as I'll show you. And it seems like the zoas like the lower light compared to being up higher in the aquarium. And as you can see, the rock work is brown, and I'll get into that a little bit later, when it originally was white. As you can see, the zoas are doing good there, but not that hammer right there. So I'd like to talk about parameters for a little bit here. So my temperature stays pretty consistent at 78 degrees. pH is very consistent now at 8.0. For the longest time there, I had a hard time trying to get my pH above 7.5 until I started dosing my RO water with calc washer. So I put a half a teaspoon of calc washer for every 2.5 gallons of RO water, and ever since I've been dosing my tank with the calc washer, my pH has very much stabilized for my aquarium, so I'm happy about that. Salinity is always at 1.026. Alkalinity is always pegged between about 8.5, 8.3. And I just recently took a calcium reading, and it was at 440, which is the highest it's been since I've had this aquarium. So I'm not sure if the higher calcium is affecting my torch, my lower torch there. As you can see, that's not doing very well the last couple of days. So just to see if it makes a difference, I lowered my intake of Alpha Reef. So I've been dosing my tank each night with Alpha Reef 10 or 3 milliliters of that per night. I'm going to lower that down to 2 and see if that makes a difference. So some of the issues I've been having with this aquarium was the rock work on the right hand side where the zoas are. I had an outbreak of bubble algae, where I had to take out that whole rock there and clean off all the bubble algae because it was affecting the health of the zoas. So ever since I did that, which was the best thing I ever did, the zoas have come back. They seem like they're very healthy. They're loving life now, as you can see. The other main issue I had with this aquarium was an outbreak of algae. So in April I bought the yellow belly blue tang. Then in March I bought the 2 mocha tang, or mocha clowns. So ever since I bought those fish, the balance of the tank changed dramatically. So within about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks of having the fish added to the aquarium, that's when I started to see an outbreak of algae in the aquarium. So to combat the algae in the aquarium, changing out 2 gallons of water per week. And I also put in some ChemiPure Elite, which helps on removing phosphates from the aquarium. And I think that's maybe the reason why I'm having such an outbreak, is because phosphates are so high within the aquarium. So with the water changes and having ChemiPure in aquarium filtration, hopefully that will put a dent in at least controlling the algae from getting out of control like it was for myself. Other than that, the tank is very stable. I haven't made any really changes to the rock work or anything like that. But as the toadstools get bigger and bigger, and they're growing fast, I might have to change around some of the rock work on the left-hand side of the aquarium just to make sure they have enough room to grow as big as they want to grow. Other than that, like I said, the parameters are very stable. As far as the fish, the clownfish are not the first ones I've had in this tank, unfortunately. So I originally purchased 2 clownfish from my local aquarium store. Then with 3 weeks, they came down with clownfish disease, also known as Brucanilla, I believe it's called. And I tried to treat them for that disease, and within about 3 days, they passed away. So at that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to get fish back in this aquarium, especially my wife. It was heartbroken for her to see those 2 clownfish die. So I made a decision later on to try some more clownfish, since they're so easy to keep. And knock on wood, these 2, ever since March, that's when I purchased those 2 clownfish, they've been doing extremely well with no disease whatsoever. As far as the yellow belly tang, I bought that guy in April, and he's been doing very well too. And it seems like between the 3 of them, they get along very well. I have been feeding the fish soft pellets and green seaweed, which they absolutely devour. As far as feeding the coral, I do feed them the Red Sea AB Plus coral food, and they seem to enjoy that very much. I do that probably not as often as I should, but I try to at least feed them about once a week. What I like to do now, guys, is just show you some of the changes I've made with this JBJ aquarium over the last 10 months. So the first big change I made is the return nozzle. So it used to be a single return nozzle, but now it's a dual return nozzle, just to get me more flow in different directions of the aquarium. What's cool about this JBJ, any of the lock line fittings will work on this JBJ aquarium. As long as you're using a 1/2-inch fitting, it will work on this aquarium and should work on any other line aquariums. So if you guys are looking to upgrade your plumbing, your return plumbing to something better, lock line will probably work for you guys. So if you've been following my channel since the beginning or my blogs on our website, I've been talking about the algae outbreak I've been having in this aquarium ever since I added the fish. So one of the areas of this aquarium that there's buildup of algae was the back filtration area. So what I did was I made a template to put over back filtration area so no light can get back there. So far it's been working out great. But like I said, this is a project that I've just been working on, and I'll probably do a separate video once it's completed. So one of the things that are not talked about very much in this hobby is, what if your power goes out? How are you going to supply power to your pumps if the electricity goes out? So one of the things I just bought recently was a cyber power backup battery. So hopefully, if the power ever does go out here, it'll at least keep my return pump going for hopefully an hour. But I'll do a separate video on this cyber power battery backup system later on. So let's take a look inside the cabinet here. So one of the issues I've been having with my digital temperature controller is it lost connectivity to the app. So the app is a third party, so it's not made by this manufacturer. So it lost connectivity maybe a couple weeks ago, and since then I've never been able to reconnect. But luckily it still has controls here, and it's been working fine, so I'm not too worried about it. And of course I have my RO reservoir inside here also now, where it was outside the aquarium. Just makes the outside of the aquarium a little bit clutter free, which I like. Other than that, I changed my torch corals from the center of the aquarium to this side of the aquarium. And hopefully, as you can see, they're kind of bleached out. And I have a feeling it has to do with the lights themselves. So I put them on this side of the aquarium where they should be getting less par. Even though I don't know what the par is right now, eventually I'll rent a par meter and just see what the readings actually are. But hopefully this will help these torch corals, because I really like them, and hopefully they will recover. Other than that, all of the other corals are doing great today. As you can see, the zoas are loving life. And these guys are doing really, really well, including the fish. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe button so you can keep up to date on our latest videos. Until next time, guys, have a good one.